Okay, guys, for now, what we're going to do is we're going to start to build our description before we can use anything else like the transcribers or translators and stuff like that, which I know that a lot of you are waiting for. But what we're going to do is we're going to take everything we got on the tags and make sure that we got it inside our description, okay? And we're going to make sure our main keyword is inside. I've done it again, didn't typo again. Signals, okay. Signals, social signals SEO. What I'm going to do is make sure I've got all of this inside my descriptions. Now what I can do, because we've got a bunch of questions, I can do something like this. I can just separate them. I'm going to get rid of those commas and I'm going to put those questions inside the description in this sort of format. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what you will learn from this video, and I'm going to do a little asterisk next to each of these, and I'm going to build them out. Okay, and this way I'm getting all of this suggestions that we got from the keyword suggestion area over here into this YouTube description in a way that makes sense, in a way that is going to look good, is going to look nicely formatted, and in a way that we don't need to work too hard to try and make sort of grammar correct paragraphs from these information. So I'm just going to retype this one with some bold headings. Actually, let me show you a little tool I use quite a lot. I'm just going to put in main keywords and I'll show you very quickly. I actually should build this into this tool as well because it's very handy and I use it a lot. What I do is I come up to my Chrome and I have this bookmark tab up here, and you can see this textfixer.com/tools/capitalize-sentences. What I can do is click on this button, capitalize every word, put it in here, capitalize the sentences, and then now it's nicely formatted and it's looking good. And I can put that straight back into my descriptions area. And here we go. So that looks much better. The first word is capitalized, except for this one because I've done a typo. Okay, now what I want to do is put in social signals SEO. That's the title of the video. Now the video, I'm going to get a suggested title and I'm going to come back and put it in here, or I might put social signals SEO then the title. Now what we want to do is we want to be able to have a format that makes sense for readers, and don't forget that we need to get our URL with a call to action in the first 3 lines, because that's what shows up in YouTube videos. Okay, you can see the first 3 lines of the description. That's the place to have a call to action. That's the place to have your links. That's the place that you want to get people interested in what your content is about. So what I normally do, if I come back up to YouTube again, is let's just have a look at this one up here. Okay, so what I've done is I've done something a little bit more compelling. So what you can see here is I've got at the beginning, this is what I'm using now for my default templates inside YouTube, the default section where you can just have this pulled in automatically every time. Now you can see here I start this off with how to use semantic keywords tab in YouTube optimization tool, optimization alpha. You can visit, and I've got a link here, and grab the discount for the first 100 customers, for example. Okay, and what we can do next is we have another paragraph in this strategy for, and I've left some dots in there where I'm going to fill in the spaces so it's nice and quick and easy to optimize the videos. And now you can see here how we're using the questions, how to use Google's group keywords to build relevancy, etc., how we get Google to optimize our content. That way I'm putting it in a nice format, and it's not going to take too many words to be able to do it like this. And the reason I want to do that is because later I want to use a transcription. Say for example my audience is in America, then we know that Spanish is the second biggest spoken language in America. Okay, so I want to do a Spanish transcription, but I've only got 5,000 characters in here to use, so I want to keep it this kind of format. So I've got all that information in there, I've got all my related keywords in there, I've got all the top tags in here and all that kind of stuff. and yet I've still got plenty of space to put a different translation in here as well. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab this and copy it, and I'm going to come back over to the tool, and I'm just going to fill in the blanks basically. Okay, so all I'm going to do is like this. How to use, just take away that, social signals. No, I'm not going to put exactly social signals SEO. I've already got it at the beginning. I'm going to put for SEO. It's making grammatical sense. It's still relevant. I've already got the exact match in here. Okay, you can visit, and I'm going to fill that link in later because I need to do a blog post on it later, or I need to do a sales page or whatever. And I'm going to fill that in a bit later and grab the discount. So I'm not going to talk about discount. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put watch the social sharing, social resharing for SEO webinar replay. Okay, so that way I've got my call to action. Okay, and I've got my questions in here and in a nice format. Now with this section here, I'm going to put in this, I'm going to put my main keyword again, social actually it's so much easier if I don't type. Sometimes I just do it like this. There we go. So in this social signal strategy for, and I've left it blank, black hat, grey hat, white hat, maybe white hat, SEO link building, and I've got formatting problems again here. This week we look at the steps needed to do social signals SEO strategy successfully. Now you're going to see that the density is extremely high in here, but what we did see when we were doing a competition analysis is that we can get away with that. Okay, and the tutorial covers, okay, and here we can just put in simply little asterisk like that, so that it's making perfect sense. It is looking good, it's easy to read. They don't give us a WYSIWYG where we can put in bullet points and stuff, so we just make the best with what we got. That's a question. Do social signals drive SEO? I'm going to make sure I've got a space in between. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video, do this, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I've tidied this up, and what I've got is I've kept the format that I originally had, and I've just put in more grammatical sense into this, but I've kept it deliberately very, very short. Yet we still have a very high density. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to translate this, and we're going to make it into maybe Spanish and maybe German or something else, so that we can rank for other countries as well as just in English. Okay, so I'm going to end this video now. It's about 9 minutes long. Apologies it went on for so long, but this is so important that you understand this so that we can get the very best results possible. Okay.